channel, that is AI next generation. So today topic will be related to natural language processing. So we will start a new series, that is a NLP. Okay. So I will start from the beginner, those does not have any zero knowledge of natural language processing. I will start from there. Then after we will move to the many videos in this particular series. I will make a many videos that will related to the natural language processing. Okay, even we will use the deep learning concept. Some projects we will do in this series, that is the image captioning projects we will do, and the projects that are text to speech. You can just do We can just do this one. We can even do the chatbot. Okay, so there are many things, many projects we will see in this particular series. So hope so you will enjoy in this series. So the first video I'm just uploading for this is the introduction to the NLP. This is our the first video. Okay, from the first video we'll start how we are using the natural language processing nowadays, and why the natural language processing is booming in the entire world. Okay, so why natural language processing and what is natural language processing? Okay, so natural language processing is a subfield of artificial intelligence. Okay, so what does it mean? So basically the natural language processing, whenever is indirectly whenever you are just dealing with the text. Okay, so whenever you're dealing with the sequence of the data that indirectly refer to the text. Okay, so what is the text? So what we are just talking is basically we can understand that particular language, but for the computer it is really difficult for them to understand this particular in the what you are just saying, that is the text. Okay, but like a sequence of the word. So for that what we are using NLP concept. So indirectly what you can just do, you can just directly convert this particular text to a in binary form, that is in the 0 and 1 form, what computer understand. Okay, so that is will be also not a task. You will have to do many things. Okay, because you have to make the computer to understand that context of the word. Okay, so part and what particular topic of that particular words it is. Okay, if you are just if suppose I will just give you the sentence also. Some sentences, I'm just suffering from the fever. Okay, this is the sentence. Whenever you will just fit to the computer, you can just give into two ways. One way you can just either you are just joking, or either you are just telling lie, or either you are just saying in the serious way. So you are just missing the context of the word whenever you will fit to the computer. So for that you have to understand, make the computer to understand also what that particular this particular sentence the person is speaking. Okay, so this here we comes with the natural language processing. Okay, so natural language processing is indirectly the interaction between the computers and the humans. Okay, so yeah, so in the indirectly what NLP in NLP involve computer that ability to process the human language. Indirectly what we are just speaking, you are just converting into binary form so that computer will able to understand. So there are many concepts like a deep learning. We will use the concept of the deep learning, that is RNN LSTM in this particular series. So in that how you will see the text pre-processing step what we are just taking, and then after we are just building the model, then after we are going for the prediction part. Okay, so how the computer they are just able to understand on the basic of the previous, and how they are just able to predict the future word. Okay, so this thing with the help of natural language processing we can just do. Okay, so where we are using natural language processing in the entire world, the first thing we are already about the speech recognition. I think it is present almost all the phone or mobile entire the world. So they already have the different version. Like Apple, they have just developed their own, that is a Siri. And then after the Google, they have developed, that is a Google I. Okay, so what does they are just doing? So you are just speaking something, and then after that they are just converting into word, and then after in the backend system that particular word is sentenced into binary from what computer understand, and then what context of things you are just speaking. So these things are going in the backend system. So what speech recognition is the one of the famous NLP technique we are using with the help of natural language processing. There are second thing is the machine translation. So machine translation was also huge demand whenever the deep learning was involved, and you are just using NLP and deep learning combination to use the machine translation. Like whenever you are just translating, like Google translation, it is the one of the famous translation nowadays. So whenever you want to translate in English to a Hindi or English to any another language, you can just directly use the machine translation that already has been developed by the Google. Okay, so what does it mean that? So there is also you have to use the natural language processing system. So they are just converting that entire the sentence into the particular numerical. Then after from there you are just using that particular the machine is using the numerical data, and from there you are just using some deep learning model. So they are this thing what I'm speaking, it will be like for now it will be like quite complex. Okay, so for now just make it easy, just understand the basic of this. Okay, then the third is the spam detection. Spam detection already you know in the email. Okay, so there is a one particular folder, there you will see the spam detection, and how they know that this particular mail is a spam as compared to the other. Okay, so this also is the based on the technique of natural language processing. Even for the spam detection we will see in this series, we will just use some data set and we will train our model with the help of natural language processing and the deep learning to detect the spam. Okay, and the third and the fourth is also the chatbot. So chatbot it is really famous when it was involved in the deep learning, when the deep learning and natural language processing they combined to use the concept of the chatbot. Before it was like you have to feed manually what the sentence what you want the user will ask, you have to give the fixed word. Okay, but nowadays the chatbot is really different, they are the AI chatbot. Okay, so artificial intelligence chatbot, they what you will just type, they will think like a human brain, then after they will just give you some response. That is the concept of the chatbot. Then again you have the fifth one, we can just say I'm just explaining all the famous type of NLP what we are using in the real world. Okay, so you have almost 100 2000 or 1000 total number of projects it is going on the basic of natural language processing. But the more famous I think you are just dealing, you know about this previous also, you are using day to day life, but you don't know how to implement in the backend system. Okay, so this what I'm explaining this one. And the fifth one is a document summarization. So indirectly means that what you are just feeding in the model, you are just feeding in the books like one chapter you are just feeding, then what will be the summary of that particular chapter. It can be done with the help of natural language processing and the deep learning, that is the AI. Okay, so again it is a, and the six projects what you can just do, that is a name entity recognition. We will do this all this type of thing in this particular series. Okay, so don't worry, every projects we can do, and we will do so many projects, as many projects we can do with the help of natural language processing and the deep learning. And the last one in this particular video, that is the name entity recognition. So what does it mean? So it basically means that from the particular sentence you want only the location, or so from the particular sentence like my name is, I can just say AI next generation. So AI next generation you can just hold, or I can just say that my company name is the AI next generation. So AI next generation you want only that particular company name. So from that particular sentence the particular system or the model will extract only this particular company name, and it will give this particular AI next generation is a company name. Okay, so this type of also NER also we will do in this particular whole series. So about this was the introduction to that natural language processing, why we are using natural language processing nowadays. So it is demand of this particular is too high. And also we will see different kinds of natural language processing, what are we are using the pre-processing technique, and how the model is building, everything we will see in the coming soon video. Okay, so for this video that's it for this video. Hope so if you like this particular video you can just subscribe our channel. That's it, thank you.